You want to know what's impressive? Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, is impressive. And I am going as far as to say it is extremely better than the original cut of Superman 2. I prefer this cut over the original cut of Superman 2 because this cut actually ends the legacy of Jor-El and the Fortress of Solitude. So let's go on with the story. The story takes place right after Superman 1, where Jor-El is back on planet Krypton, and he is sentencing Zod and them to eternal life in the Phantom Zone. And you know, Zod vows that he's going to get him back for revenge at his heiress, which is his son. So, we fast forward a couple of times. You see stuff from the first film, and we get to the end of the first film, where Superman deflects that rocket into outer space. But we don't see what happens to that rocket in the first one. In the second one, the rocket actually flies into outer space and explodes right near where Zod and his minions are near, and basically shatters their glass, and they escape, basically. And then they fly to the moon, and you know, some of the stuff from Superman 2 is in it. Then they go to Earth finally. Okay? That's basically the gist of the story, or part 1 anyway. Then we come to Lois sitting at her desk in the office, and she's looking at a picture of Superman in the paper. But this time, she looks at Clark Kent, and then looks at Superman in the paper. Takes a marker and draws Clark Kent as Superman as Clark Kent on the paper, and discovers that they're the same person. So she's gonna go out of her way, as well as to even jump out of the window of the Daily Planet to prove this theory. Okay, but when he finds an expert way of saving her without even jumping into Superman, she thinks it was all bullshit. But she doesn't give up. Okay, why? Because later on she tries something else a little sneaky, and he falls for it, and the secret is revealed as Superman. You know what I'm saying? It's not that he fell and willingly gave himself up. No. She tricked him this time. So now she knows that she's Superman, and the events from Superman 2 plays out in this one. They have sex. They go to the bar. Clark Kent gets his ass kicked after he gets his powers taken away by his dad. Okay? Then when he discovers Zod and them are in town, they're destroying everything, he goes back to the Fortress of Solitude and begs his dad to let him become Superman again. But what we didn't see is after he was begging for his dad to come, and they never showed him, they cut away to something else, his father comes back and tells him that this will be the last time I get to see you and talk to you, because it's draining his powers enough to give Superman his powers back as it was taking it away. So basically, he sacrificed himself so Superman could become Superman again. Okay? Which was genius. Okay? And you know, the events of Superman 2 plays out, and after everything's all said and done, Superman destroys the Fortress of Solitude. Yes, the Fortress of Solitude is destroyed in this one. And you know, him and Lois Lane go off again and do what they gotta do. Seeing how they gonna survive their lives, knowing that he is Superman and stuff like that. But funny enough, he pulls the Superman 1 trick where he reverses time, rewinding every little detail that was destroyed, like the Statue of Liberty thing, the Coca-Cola sign. He rewinds all that back the very next day. So the very next day, everything's all back in hunky-dory, and they're like, oh, you know, Lois Lane's like all regular and stuff. She doesn't even think about Superman like that anymore. She does, but you know, she doesn't think he's Clark Kent. But what I think about this movie as a whole is a way better film, a lot better film. Okay, and I will prefer this cut. I will not be reviewing the original cut. I'm going to keep this cut and then go on to the other ones. Okay. But it's funny, if this version would have come out, Superman Returns would have been a whole lot different, because the Fortress of Solitude is in Superman Returns, and you know, it was destroyed in Richard Donner's version. But it was kept around in the producer's cut, I'm guessing. Why? I don't know. Why they just didn't go with this cut? I don't know. Maybe they wanted more sequels. They could have just made the sequel anyway. He doesn't really need the Fortress of Solitude anyway. You know? But maybe I'm just nitpicking. But the Richard Donner cut, for me, gets an A. An A-, because it deserves that rating. It was a great way of showing what the movie was going to be like, okay? Because the original cut alone would have been a B+. Okay, but this one is an A- because it cuts down all of the filler that was that producer's version and give you this straight 1 hour and 55-minute story. Not action based, but it's a story, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That is my thoughts on the Superman, or my review of the Superman 2 Richard Donner cut. Let me know what you guys think below about this cut, and see y'all later.